But first, I wanted to thank my teacher for helping me, and everybody for coming, and everybody that is in the meet. First, I will talk about what I did in my POL. The pages that I did were about me, where I talk a little bit about myself and about my personal life. Images Gallery 2021, where I talk about how was my year and my thoughts about the pandemic. Introduction, here how I organized it. And subjects, I'll talk about the subject and what I learned at school. And some elements that I used for the critical thinking, it's going to give my opinion about the subject. The favorite content, I talk about my favorite content in that subject. And the evidence, when I put some photos of my activities. About me. Who am I? My name is Maria Luísa Zogonati de Andrade do Casado Moreira. I am 11 years old and I study at Harmonia Bilíngue. I was born on July 12, 2010 at Campo Grande, MS. My childhood. My mama said I was a naughty kid. For example, when I was 3, I cut my tongue when I was jumping on the sofa on the couch and I fell on the ground. My family. My mom's name is Beatriz, she's 39 years old. My dad's name is Robson, he's 39 years old. My brother's names are Joaquim and Francisco. Joaquim is 5 years old and Francisco is 3 years old. My hobbies. I like to watch YouTube and to use Pinterest. My favorite YouTube channels are Terry Hart and Blue Puzzles. I like to use Pinterest because it helps me spend my free time on something creative. I like to watch Marvel movies too, those are my favorites. Avengers Endgame, Black Widow, and Captain Marvel. And I like to read, now I'm reading these books. My future. I don't know exactly what to do when I grow up, I just hope that I'm happy. Now I'm going to show some images about my family and my friends. This is my dad, this is my mom, this is me and my best friend Elena, this is my brothers Francisco are my shoes and Joaquim, and those are my friends. This is Sofia, Letícia, Isabela, Helena, Maria Antônia, Miziara, Julia Antônia, Fernanda, Vitória. This is Julia Antônia. There I entered at school 4th grade. Those are Pedro Paulo, Caer, and Yusha. And this is Rafael. Those are some photos of when I was smaller, using me as a baby. I'm reading here. Me and my parents. Here's me playing tennis. At my mom's wedding.
Wow. Vamos em deve.
2021.
Fazer sozinho.
Malu, excuse me, it's okay with me, I took my vaccine. If you want to take your mask out, it's okay with me. If it's okay with her, okay?
Okay.
Okay, sweetie.
2021. My year. In the beginning of the year, I thought with just school, I did not think about all the hard activities and the complicated tests. But because it felt very easy. But through the year, I discovered that it was a little bit more complicated. This is my class before, in the beginning of the year, and after or now.
Wow.
My 6th grade was a challenge. Because of the pandemic, the 5th graders in 2020, like me, did not have time to prepare themselves for 6th grade. So it was harder when we did our best, and most of us got good grades. The pandemic. The pandemic, I can say it was hard for everybody. Some people died and a lot of people lost their family. But I'm very sad, but no one can change the reality. And even thinking about the bad side, this year was better than the last one. I think 2020 was one of the hardest years of my life. Highlights of my year. The two activities I liked the most this year were Carrossel and Halloween. Here is a photo of lunch at Carrossel at the Halloween party at Valley Pub. And here's another photo of Halloween, me and Fernanda touching a baby alligator at Carrossel. Some activities of Carrossel. And here is going to Carrossel and coming back from Carrossel. Oh, sorry. Now I'll talk about a little bit about two subjects. The one I chose was math, and the other was social studies. Mr. Hudson. This is Mr. Hudson. He's my math teacher. He's very tall, cool, and always have a way to teach us with fun. In the first term of math, we learned about large numbers and animals. In the second term, we learned about time zones and fractions, more specifically, equivalent fractions. In the third term, we learned about millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers, and about the conversion model. My favorite subject. My favorite content was the conversion model because it's very important in the early days, and I think it's easy, but I get confused about the divisions and the multiplications. Critical thinking. Math is very hard, and because of it, it's not my favorite subject. But somehow, Mr. Hudson can make it fun. In math, we learn with music and colorful activities, the numbers art. I think this subject has to be that way, not too boring, but not too fun. But in a way, we can learn and feel happy and animated at the same time. Evidence, this is an activity about fractions. It shows the numerator and the denominator. This is an image of the third term. It's an activity about conversion models. It shows that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Social studies. This is Miss Ariana. She's our social studies teacher. This year she taught us about countries, ourselves, and biography. Her classes are very funny, and sometimes she plays games with us. In the third term, we've learned about ourselves, the personal profile, and about English-speaking countries. In the second term, we've learned about Canada, and we did a text about another country. I chose USA. In the third term, we've learned about biography, and we did a presentation of learning, POL. Favorite content. My favorite content was Canada. I love to learn about the history, the curiosities, the territories and provinces of Canada. Critical thinking. This is my favorite English subject. The classes are very cool, we play games, and the contents are awesome. Evidence. This is an activity about my personal profile. We did it in the first term in the beginning of the year. This is an activity of Canada. We did it in the second term. We had to see the information in this table and answer the questions. Conclusion. After this year is ending and a lot of things happened. It was very cool. I'm feeling much more calm now that 2021 ended. This is because during the quarantine and most of the year, I thought I could get sick of COVID-19. Lucky for me, I did not, so today I'm much happier and excited for next year. Next year I hope I get good grades, good friendships, and most of all, help the others and myself. But one thing I really want is going to BO, British English Olympics, at London. This is a photo of BO, I don't know in what year, but here is our year. And that was my POL.
Wow. Very good, Malu. I have zero, words to, I have wordless to say how I feel about your presentation. But I got about 3 questions here for you.
Right?
You talked about Canada. What did you like the most from Canada?
I think most of all the curiosities, a fact that I did like very much, was that the name was get origin by a word of the natives here. That I want to know more the history of the natives, but we didn't learn a lot. That was Canada, how they didn't speak English. The English people thought it was the name of the country. I think that's the curiosity.
So say that they are the native people from
Yeah.
Canada. Oh, very cool. I've never heard about them. And talking about BEO. BEO is a competition, right?
Yes.
So you want to go and compete for that.
Yeah.
Yeah? How do you prepare yourself? How did you come up to be such a very good speaker? Because, Malu, you are above average, right? How old are you now?
What?
How old are you now?
11.
11. How come a kid at your age present such a beautiful English as you did here?
Miss, I think it's just a matter of training a lot. You have to turn your English better and feel like they should see how they speak so you can speak better. So it'd be a unique opportunity to me to learn more, not just, I don't know, teach.
But where do you come from?
I'm only here when you
Only this? Because if it is the answer, I don't see the same level around here.
What?
I don't see the same level. Do you do something else at home to improve your English?
No, I just...
You don't watch series? You don't read books?
Yeah, Miss, I watch movie with English subtitles.
With the castle, right?
And I read Harry Potter in English.
Totally in English.
Yeah, so I think, yeah.
Malu, maybe I'm wrong, but what do you call training? I call passion. I call passion because that's what I see my students, better levels. My last question for you, and then you're free to go. What are your expectations for the coming year?
Miss, I don't know exactly, it's because it's the future. I don't know what I will do. I think be dedicated, have fun, most of all. And yeah, Miss, I don't know what's coming. I'm just going to try my best.
Okay. Congratulations to you.